So turning yourself onto your hands and your knees. Wrists are under the shoulders, knees are underneath of the hips. Coming into a nice cat-cow here, lengthening through your spine, gliding the shoulder blades back. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And then exhale around through your spine. Press the floor away. Looking back, drawing the tailbone in between the heels. Breathing in, lengthening. And exhaling and rounding. So just moving at your own pace with your own breath. Three more at your own pace. Last one. Inhaling back into a neutral spine, tucking your toes for downward facing dog here. Keep the heels slightly lifted, knees are slightly bent. Lengthening your spine in two directions here. Hugging your triceps in towards your heart. One more breath. Good, and then inhale, come back down onto all fours. Flip your palms so that your fingertips are facing now backward towards your knees. Coming back into some cat-cows here. So exhaling and rounding. Inhaling and lengthening. 4 more. So feeling that nice release in the arms. Maybe you feel it in the hands or the wrists or the fingers. Just being aware of how your body feels. Good, one more. Coming back to the center, shaking out one wrist. And then the other. Tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Lengthen the spine here. You can pedal the feet back and forth, pressing one heel down to the mat and then the other. Good, 2 more breaths. And after that second breath, taking a deep inhale, push yourself forward into plank, bringing the shoulders over top of the wrist. Squeeze your elbows in nice and tight. You can drop the knees, lower the chest down to the mat, or use chaturanga, whichever feels better for you. Lift the kneecaps, press the tops of the thighs into the mat, and then take your hands off to the sides of your mat with your elbows and shoulders gliding back. You're on your fingertips here, so you're lifting up through the center of the hand. You'll roll the spine up. So you're undulating up, squeezing your butt cheeks, and then exhaling and bringing it back down. Inhaling and rising. Exhaling and lowering. So do while you want to be on your fingertips and you're only lifting a little teeny tiny bit. You don't have to come all the way up. Your shoulders should be away from the ears, so you're creating space in the chest. Good, 2 more. Engaging through your buttocks. And on this last one, releasing yourself down onto the mat as you exhale. Slide the hands back into either side of the chest. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Keep the knees slightly bent here. Really hug the elbows in. You're looking back in between the upper thighs, keeping that length in the spine. 3 more breaths. Good. Inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Rise up onto the balls of your feet as high as you can and begin to walk your feet forward here, bending at your knees as you need to until the feet reach the level of the hands. Bring the hands to the shins or your blocks, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold it forward, bend your knees as you need to, grab opposite elbows here, and just let the head and the arms hang nice and heavy. So you can take that knee bend a little bit deeper, maybe gently sway from side to release the spine. Two more breaths here. And then releasing the hands back to the shins, coming back to your halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. Breathing out, folding it forward, releasing the hands and head down. Pressing through your heels, inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Palms come together at the top. And exhale the hands to the heart. Good, we're going to take some swimmer's arms here. So coming into Tadasana with the palms facing forward, taking the left arm back first, big circle back, and then the right arm circles back. You can bend the knees here slightly if that feels right for you, and just keep switching arms here. So just rotating from one arm to the other, a nice backward stroke. Keep your ribs down, so don't let the ribs pop forward here. One more time on each side. Let the right hand drop, and then inhale, take both arms up and overhead. Big breath out, fold it forward, release your hands and head down, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, the hands come to the mat. Step the feet back into downward facing dog. And then shift it forward into your plank pose here. Good, drop the knees, the chest and the chin, squeeze the elbows in nice and tight, slowly lowering the chest down. Take the hands off the sides of the mat, press the tops of the thighs and the feet down, lift through the kneecaps, slowly undulate up. So you're on your fingertips, squeezing your buttocks here as you inhale and lift. Shoulders and elbows move back. It's not a very big movement. So do what your hands are a little forward of your chest so that your shoulders and elbows can move back. Got 2 more. And last one. Lowering it all the way down, slide the hands back into either side of the chest, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Good, take a deep breath in. Step your feet so that they're as wide as your mat here. So we're taking a wide-legged downward facing dog here. Notice how your sits bones spread just a little bit. The pelvic floor stretches slightly. You can bend your knees with this if you like. Good, 1 more breath. And then stepping the feet back to hip width apart. Inhale, take the right heel up to the ceiling. And then exhale, draw the knee into the chest as you come into a plank pose here. Inhale, take the heel up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest for 2. Inhale, three-legged dog, take the heel up. Back knee and toe are pointing down. Draw the knee back into the chest, plank pose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee down and inhale. Rise into a low crescent lunge here. So drawing your right hip back, left hip forward so that you're scissoring the inner thighs together. We're cycling the arms again here. So the left arm reaches back, the right arm circles back. You can add in a little bit of a heart lift here if you like. So you have a mini back bend. Rotating the arms. Sort of like little, what do you call that? Backstrokers here today. Good. One more time on each side. Inhaling the arm up and exhaling the arm down. Inhale both arms up here. We're lifting up into high crescent pose, high lunge. So you're pressing through the ball of the back foot, lifting the back knee up. 5 breaths. You can always take your hand to the top of the thigh to press yourself up if you need to, or you can always keep that back knee down. From here, interlace your fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. And as you hinge forward at your waist, press your palms out in front of you. So you're lifting through that back knee. Draw the backs of the hands in towards the chest. Inhale, lift, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Good, hinge forward at the waist, press the palms forward. Then turn the palms in towards your heart as if you're scooping the breath into the heart. Press the palms up to the ceiling. Press the palms forward as you hinge forward. One nice long line here. Turn the palms, scoop them in towards the heart as you inhale. And then exhale, press the breath up. Hinge it forward. Scoop the breath in towards the heart. We have one more. Press it up towards the ceiling. Hinge it forward. Draw that breath into your heart and hold it here with the palms resting over the heart. 3 breaths. Good. Keep scissoring those inner thighs together. Keep the strength of the legs. Inhale. Circle the arms down, around, and up. Breathing out. The hands come to frame the front foot. Step it back into your 3-legged dog. That right heel reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest for 1. Inhale, take the heel up. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. One more time. Inhale, take the heel up. And exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Slightly bend your knees if you need to. Really hug those triceps in towards the heart. Inhale, look forward, rise up onto the balls of your feet. You can either walk or step your feet up to the top of the mat. Come into that halfway lift, hands to shins. Lengthen through your spine, crown of the head forward, hips are moving back. Exhale, big breath out, forward fold, bend your knees as you need to. Press through your heels, drop your buttocks as you stand it all the way up. Palms come together at the top. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Drop the hands into Tadasana. We're circling the arms around and back. So left arm, back strokes back. Then the right arm. You can bend the knees with this movement. Inhaling the arm up and exhaling the arm down. 2 more. Good, the arms come into Tadasana. Big breath in, the arms rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Release the hands to the shins, dropping the head down. Halfway lift and lengthen, glide those shoulder blades back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back into your downward facing dog here. Shift it forward into plank, squeeze the elbows and the shoulders in. You can drop knees, chest, chin, or launch yourself forward and then lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, take the fingertips off to the sides of the mat, lift the kneecaps, press down to the tops of the thighs and the feet. Slowly peel your chest up off of your mat, and then exhale, release it back down. Good, breathing in and lifting. Breathing out and lowering. 3 more. Squeezing your buttocks as you lift up, engaging your posterior chain, the whole back side of the body. And 1 more. Slowly lowering it down, sliding the hands back into either side of the chest, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You can always take child's pose here if you need it. Dropping the knees, lowering the chest and the forehead down to the mat. Good, take an inhale here. Step the feet together, take that left heel up, 3-legged dog, back knee and toe point down, and then exhale, draw the knee into the chest for 3. Inhale, big breath in, and exhale for 2. 1 more time, inhale, take it up, and exhale, step the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee down, engage through your inner thigh. So again, the left hip draws back, right hip draws forward, and we want to look to make sure that we have some comfort in that front knee. We're circling the arms around here. Left arm circles back, right arm circles back. Good, nice breaths. Inhale the arm up, exhale it down. Good, 1 more time on each side. Good, the arms drop down by the sides. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead, or you can press your hands into the top of your thigh to lift through your back knee. Your back heel is pointing up towards the ceiling. We're in a high lunge here, so keep lifting your back knee up and away from the mat. Scissor your inner thighs together so you're nice and engaged here. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead. We're holding it here for 3 breaths. Feel those inner thighs working. Good, and then interlace your fingers. Press the palms up towards the ceiling here. Holding it here. Hinge forward at your waist. Press the palms forward and then scoop the palms towards your heart. Pull that breath into the heart. Inhale. Press the palms up to the ceiling. Hinge it forward again. Breathing in, scoop that breath in towards the heart. Press the palms up to the ceiling. Hinging it forward. Draw the breath back into the heart center. Good. Inhale, lift it up. Press it away. Scoop it in. Good. 2 more. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, take the arms up. You can separate the hands here. We're holding for 3. Settling into that crescent. One more breath. Exhale, the hands come down to frame the front foot. Sweep that left heel back into that 3-legged dog. Back knee and toe point down. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest for 3. Inhale, take it up. Keep that back knee and toe pointing down. Here's 2. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, 3. And then step the left foot to meet the right in your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You can always take child's pose here if you need to. Inhale, shift it forward into your plank. Squeeze the elbows in nice and tight. Knees, chest, chin, or launch it forward, shoulders over the fingertips, chaturanga. Take the fingertips off to the sides of the mat and a little forward of the shoulders. Inhale, lift. We're doing these nice undulating cobras here. Lift the kneecaps, press the thighs and the tops of the feet down. Peel yourself up off the mat and then melt yourself back down into the mat. So it's like you have cupcake cans, like you have a cupcake right under the palm of your hand and you're trying not to crush that cupcake. 2 more. Shoulders and elbows move back. Exhale, take it down. Bring the hands back into either side of the chest. Tuck your toes. Lift yourself up and back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You can always take child's pose again. Hug those triceps into the heart. Lengthen through your spine. Tip the tailbone up to the ceiling. Good, big breath in. Look to the top of your mat. Step or walk your feet up to your hands. Come into that halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, press to the heels. Rise all the way up here. Grab onto opposite elbows. And then you can step the feet a little bit wider, maybe as wide as your mat, so that we can take some sunflowers here. So keep your knees softly bent. Take a big breath in, lift the elbows, and then exhale over towards your left knee, circling it down and up the right side. Good, keep your head in line with your spine. Exhale over to the left, make a nice big circle with the torso. Inhale up the right. 3 more times on this side. Good, last 2 in this direction. Bend in your knees as you need to. And then changing directions, 5. Going to the right. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Good. Inhale, take it up. Extend the arms up, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together. Step the feet so that they're back underneath of the hips. as the hands lower down in front of the heart. Release the hands into Tadasana. Big breath in as the arms lift up towards the ceiling. Big breath out, forward fold. Release the hands and head down. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Take the hands, plant them on the mat, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale into that plank pose. Launch yourself forward, squeeze the elbows in, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, our flowy cobras, fingertips off to the sides of the mat, lifting the chest up, and then lowering the chest down. Good, so it's like you're undulating your spine here. Remember, your fingertips are a little forward of your shoulders. Two more. And last one. Exhale, lower down, hands come to the sides of the chest. Press yourself back into child's pose. Yes, you get to rest here. Take your elbows nice and wide. Forehead to the mat. 5 breaths. Nice and slow, lift yourself up to come into Pranayama or reverse Shavasana, lying on your front, using the arms to support the head here. Coming back to your intention. And just breathing into that intention. Being aware of the points of contact between the body and the earth beneath you. Coming back into that natural, easy rhythm of the breath. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circling the wrist and the ankles. Stretching the arms and the legs. Gently turning the head from side to side. And whenever you're ready, sliding the hands back to either side of the chest, pushing yourself back into child's pose. Just taking a big breath in and out. And then coming into a comfortable seated position. Just resting with the hands on the thighs, dipping the chin to the chest. Take a deep breath in and out. Bringing the head into a neutral position, deep breath in and out. Pressing the palms together in front of the heart, giving gratitude, blessings, and thanks for this practice of yoga. for this beautiful day, for this amazing life that we live. This practice of slow flow vinyasa is complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful day.